Welcome to this webcast about WebLogic and Docker. You will learn how to run WebLogic in a Docker container and how to run this Docker container on Amazon Beanstalk Cloud. Now to get started, we download a GitHub project which is done by Bruno Borges, one of the Oracle product managers. All you need to do is download it and unzip it. And if you cd to the directory, what you need to do in addition is you need to provide a WebLogic development installer, which I copied in here already for you. So the project comes with a Docker file, which is the core file that tells Docker what to do and how to set up WebLogic and to create a domain. It's super easy to read, so you could easily create your own Docker file, but I recommend to start with the one that is already provided. So basically what happens is WebLogic is installed, there is a domain created, there's users created, we set up the boot properties and the environment, and we export the ports that should be available to the outside. Now if you run build sh, what happens is this Docker file is sent to Docker, and Docker is creating a new image, which is happening incrementally. So this is why it's really fast. If you see the output here, it's cached already because I was doing it before. Now, if you run docker ps, you don't see a Docker container running, but if you run Docker images, you see that there is this Oracle WebLogic image and doc WebLogic sh will just start up WebLogic within the Docker container and makes it available. If you run doc WebLogic sh -attach, WebLogic is available on the localhost 7001. We don't do it here now. So we work with the URL that is printed out. If you connect to this URL, you can talk to the administration console of WebLogic. It's still all happening locally on my CentOS installation. And if you go to servers, you would see the admin server. Now docker ps shows the running container. And if you run docker commit, you will create a new image out of this running container. So I specify actually my account and the name of the image. And you see this unique ID that is created. If I type Docker images, you will see the new image that was just created 13 seconds ago. If I switch to the Docker registry, you see there's one container existing already. But I want to upload my container to this Docker registry. So what I need to do is I need to connect to the registry first of all. So Docker login will connect me to the registry. And Docker push will push the image to the registry. And again, this is happening incrementally. So you will see that most images, they all exist already, so they're skipped, they're not really pushed. There's several images available now because we created them incrementally by running the Docker file. So basically every line in this Docker file will create its own image. So it's easy to debug it as well. And if we go to the Docker registry, you will see the new image, the testfm WLS1 is available now. To make the whole thing running on Amazon Beanstalk, we need a Docker run AWS JSON file and specify the name of my account and the name of the image, which is testfm WLS1 in this example. And then we go to Amazon Beanstalk. We go to the dashboard from Amazon Cloud. So there is one environment already running, and we can create a new environment. We select Docker. It could be load balanced, auto scaling, but all we need is a single instance. So we click on next. We want to upload our own instance, which is represented by this Docker run JSON file. And we can specify the name of the environment. We can specify the URL, the first part of the URL, which is WebLogic in the cloud in our case. We check availability. It's green, so it's still available. We don't need a database, and we don't need a virtual private network. We go for a very small instance, which will be the cheapest one. The access key is created already. And if you like, you can specify an environment tag, but it's not necessary. We just do it because we can do it. And that's it. We launched a new environment, which will take a couple of seconds. So you see it's launching. We can see the progress on the monitoring and the recent events. And it's available now. So we use the URL, WebLogic in the cloud. We connect to /console, and voila, the admin server is available again. It's running on Amazon Beanstalk Cloud. If we check, there is one admin server configured, but nothing else. There's no deployment yet. So we go and deploy a small application just to have an application running in the cloud. We select the deployment. Just pick any. Deploy this. It's called Balance Me. Now it's there. We need to activate the changes. It's prepared, so we need to start it. And now it's active. That means we can access it. And if we type in the right URL, you see this is the feedback from the little test application. So it's up and running in the cloud. It's running in a Docker container, which is running on Amazon Beanstalk. You can use all the monitoring that is available for Amazon Beanstalk. There is no data available yet, but you can also check for the log files. So if you click on logs, you can request the log files from the directory that we specified in the JSON file. And you can see the log files from the provisioning. And of course, you can also see the log files, which you remember, which are the typical WebLogic log files. So it's starting up here in production mode. This is the way to access your WebLogic log files from the WebLogic running in Docker in the Docker container on Amazon Beanstalk. This is it. You see it. It's available in the Docker registry. So from there, it was downloaded once, and you can, of course, access it as many times as you like or provide an updated version.
Thanks for watching. Let's stay in touch.